Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Gaming Vids 101. We're gonna go over what Hotshot is doing and how to be more effective with this hero. I found that Zealous Drive insignia has helped me keep him alive. We're gonna test out about 8 different insignias, and if I do go over that, I'm not including survival or the newest one, true piety. Why? Is because those do give you a defense boost and also a HP gain. We're just going to see how good is his skill at minimum boosts on equipment. We're just using his skill versus other heroes, and how can we keep him alive. He is known to do a lot of damage. However, a lot of players do not use him because they don't understand that even a regen is just going to generate energy, which he already does pretty well. And his healing is already built into his skill, so it kind of functions like a Walla Walla or any other monster. So what I would recommend is running him with Sacred Light or any defensive HP boost. We're gonna test out all of these auras you see here, mainly to see which one is the most effective. The one I found effective was that Zealous Drive again. So let's go ahead and check this out. The regen is going to give him a lot of energy. It's almost going to look like an empower. The feint is going to make him dodge a lot of hits. However, it's not going to give him any damage reduction. What I found was Psy Shield actually helped me get through Insane Dungeon 7, final stage, because Psy Shield removes all those effects that happen from the healers, the stunners, also the guys using ice attacks on you, and it kind of prevents Hotshot from getting one-hitted. We're gonna also see what Revitalize does. I doubt that it's going to take a lot more out of him than just give him an automatic head start. But let's go ahead and check this out. That way we can be able to see which exactly is the best suited for which mode for Hotshot. Wicked Armor helps out with hard boss mode. I call it that. Some people call it Here Be Monsters. Wicked Armor prevents you from getting reflected to the point where you can't recover. It is very helpful in that aspect. I do tend to switch to that one. Sunder is better for the team aspect. That way you can just prevent yourself from just hitting the minimum 60 or 35 and actually finish harder boss modes. That's what we're gonna call it. And we're gonna check this out with a friend of mine. That way you can see everything is not biased. We're gonna use one person only. That way we get the best results for everything. We're gonna go ahead and see what he does without using a Pumpkin Duke setup. Then I will show you how he looks with a Pumpkin Duke setup. Look at this. With his original setup, he is just running through a team of 6 other monsters, and just watch how effective he is, even with the Mahatma, a Ronin, and a couple other guys included. He is just controlling the pace by running around. You can see that the Zealous Drive is not taking a lot of damage because it's reducing his damage and increasing his attack. And that was with a Gunslinger and a Mahatma. So we're going to test out the Wicked Armor first. As you can see, I drop him in and he just starts firing out his big blast and taking pace of the whole battle. However, he is not able to sustain a damage cap, and he almost goes to half health. So guys, you can see he is dealing with a lot of enemies. However, he's not able to sustain or maintain the damage against him when he's trapped. And that's a big issue when you have wicked armor and you face other players. Even though he has that extra boost on his talent, it doesn't help him if he's already at half health and he's trapped, because a Love Dove or a Lavanica will eat him alive. As you guys can see, that was a team of 6 heroes. As you guys can see, that wicked armor did not really proc right, so we're gonna try it with this next one, and that way we can compare what is best and how it's going to be able to be effective. As far as what he does, he's able to control the match, but you see Storm Eater comes in and does a big number on him, puts him at half health. He does respond back and gain back a little bit of his health. However, he gets tailed by Ronin, if you see those slashes right behind him, and then he gets trapped a little bit. So just imagine that was a Zulix or a Lavanica, it would already have been over. So that is the next insignia. So Sunder will be next, and with Sunder we can be able to tell that he is going to do damage, but the type of damage he's gonna do is not gonna be as great as damage he would have done if this was a damage capped hero like a Lavanica or one of those boss monsters where you can only hit 35 to 60,000 depending on which monster you face. And you can see right there, again with the damage, he's taking a lot of hits from Ronin or anybody that does have elusive. However, he's clearing that base very quickly, which gives him the option to be able to go on. Now the next one coming up here is the Vital Boon. I don't have the level 8 to do a compare and contrast. However, for you guys to make sense of it, I just want you guys to pay attention to his energy and the health. If you can see, he's constantly at proc level, like he would be running a Empower or even more so something that would give him more energy. However, his HP is almost 120 times more than regular, so even those small hits are not doing much to him. Now, why are they missing? Because most of his traits have a dodge in them. However, they're not maxed out. So I don't want you guys to assume that he wasn't getting procced on because he wasn't being directly hit. It's just some of that takes effect. Now, this is not a completely maxed character. So now we're going to try the Unholy Pact. And with Unholy Pact, it is a better attack boost, but you do suffer some damage. So let's go ahead and see what damage happens to Hotshot. That way we can be able to analyze whether or not this insignia is more effective or it could be a liability. Well, Storm Eater comes in. He doesn't do as much damage as before. However, when you see Ronin starts tailing him, and he does finish Ronin off with one more hit, you will see it here after he gets trapped. Let's see him turn around. When Ronin becomes no elusive, well, doesn't matter. As long as he's getting that done. That is more so for DPS. We're going to actually increase the scale of it and take it to the level 10. unholy pact to see if there's more effect if it's 240% attack boosted. So let's check this out. Just give it one moment. All right. So now we're going to access the same file. That way we can be able to see what is the difference with a higher level of unholy pact. Okay, so he is proccing with more widespread damage. However, the Storm Eater didn't even appear, and even Gunslinger was killed. Ronin was procced on, and he was trapped again. However, he didn't take as much damage as before with the level 7 insignia. I just want to make that clear. He did a lot more damage. However, he didn't suffer as much damage as the level 7 because he was attacking faster or heavier. Now, we will try the regen insignia. You will see something in the tune of a empower. Just watch the energy bar and watch his health. You see how it's constantly jumping. That's because his skill already has the ability for fast energy. However, with hyper strength combined, you can kind of see he's losing a lot more HP faster because he doesn't have a damage boost that will prevent damage from either deflecting to him or damage from being caused to him. Now, I do not recommend running regen, even with the best talent. That is a no-no. Why? You're losing a lot of HP and you're sacrificing your attack. It's not worth your time. Alright, so we will try out the Feint insignia. Stay tuned for this one. I want you guys to watch once I drop him what happens as far as how he's being hit, how he procs, and how quickly he dispatches everybody. I know you guys can start to see a lot of those are misses. And why are they missing with a Mahatma that has pretty much one of the highest accuracies is because with Feint, he does get a little bit of a dodge boost. However, it's not as big as the first dodge boost with the other one, which gives you a little bit of energy even if it misses or if it hits. Alright, so we've done the Feint. Now we're going to change over to the Revitalize. But before we do that, I just want to go over something with you guys. Nimble is very good when you need it. However, it's not the same as Feint because Feint doesn't recover energy as fast, and it's not a regenerate, which will give you fastest recovery of energy like an Empower. So don't get that confused. I am not going to use Iron Will because he is immune to being stunned. It wouldn't make sense. And then Psy Shield is the next one to go. Why is that? Because I tested it personally on the level 7. And just watch. So he clears out the same people, the same group. That's the Anubis, the Mahatma, the Gunslinger. But watch how much of that trap stuff doesn't even affect him. He didn't even slow down. So that's where you need a Psy Shield. Or you need some kind of pet that will automatically unstun you or restore you from all those other buffs. I recommend Psy Shield if you're experiencing that issue with Insane Dungeon 7. I don't recommend any Bulwarks. I don't recommend anything else. But we're going to check out War God. Let's go ahead and see what War God does. I know a lot of people overlook this one. So let's see what War God does for people. And again, it's the same friend, same result, same avenue. So we're going to drop Hotshot in With War God, he does have a significant attack bonus, and it's at level 7. At level 10, you're over 200%. With War God, he is clearing a lot faster. He's just having a little bit of trouble with the Storm Eater or even a Mahatma, or even more so dealing with Anubis, who constantly revives. Instead of finishing off Anubis in 1 or 2 hits, he actually takes a little bit longer. Why is that? Is because he's constantly trying to rebuild that energy. Now, energy is good, but hyper strength does take care of that for you. As long as you can max out the traits, you can pretty much get a better boost on your energy, and you can get your investment back. Now, regen was okay, but it's almost like getting an empower. It's not necessary when you have hyper strength, and that's my recommendation for the build. Now, life drain helps a little bit, but you're already gaining HP. Why mess up your HP gain instead of just proccing and damaging to get the best gains? And now we're going to test out Revite just for the reference point. We're not doing anything else with Empower. Like I've said, Hotshot has one of the fastest, if not the fastest, energy recoveries to heals. Let's go ahead and check out Revite. He will have an automatic instant. And you see that cleared out something. It's kind of like dropping a Lazulix in. With Revite, you'll see it clear something off the board. So he's going to automatically have that. But what this does, it shows that he has a 70% boost only for 10 seconds. As you can see, he was struggling to finish off that Mahatma with the shield because she had the reflect. But he finishes it off, and he continuously gets that proc to max out with the Revite within that 30-second window. And that's only because of the hyper strength. Without hyper strength and you have a Revite, you're not going to consistently get to knock out your opponent. He didn't take as much damage, but he took more damage than having a Zealous Drive. And as you can see the skill, he does automatically have a damage reduction for about 65%. Doesn't need to be worried about paralyzed, stun, or even heroes like Zephyrica or even Cosmos, because he's going to walk right through those shields and attack. Now, other than that, he can paralyze a Cosmo or anything else as long as it's the maximum hit that hits from that fan of bullets. Alright, now other than that, guys, I am using Sacred Light for that death bonus and also for the attack boost. His skill other than that is also going to heal him 45% of that 400 attack damage percent he does to other heroes. So there's no reason to run him with a auto healer or an auto proc. You just need to have the right equipment. You can max out the traits. I would recommend a dodge trait. That way you can see the best bonuses. Now here we're going to analyze some of his stats and also look at other options available for him. For example, if you look at him taking a hit or him hitting back, if he was to hit 10,000 in damage, he would automatically recover 4,500 of that damage in health. So I don't need to have a regen, a revite, or any other non-attack and defensive bonuses. Now, he's already giving me energy, so I do not need that extra energy unless you want to automatically proc every time he hits, which doesn't really help or hurt you. However, you gotta be mindful that that's not going to heal all of the time if he doesn't hit. If he misses, it's basically a rewash, and you're gonna have him having to proc again. So I'm going to show you why I chose Zealous Drive, and we're gonna do a Pumpkin Duke and Hot Shot at Dungeon 10 of the Expert series with just both of them, no buffs, no extra pets than the ones I've already done. And also, I'm going to keep the Zealous Drive and give Pumpkin Duke a basic healing pet. And I will show you guys the strategy that has worked for the last dungeon of the Expert series dungeons. Let me know if you have any comments. That way I'm able to watch this. And I'm just basically going to put an attack oriented healer pet. That way you guys can see what I'm doing and not a mystery of what equipment was used or what the pet is going to do. And I haven't even maxed out that pet. However, you can see right there, even at a level 6, this is a basic guide for how to get really good at your casual dungeon skills, if you want to call it that, or even more, just how to get the best effect with heroes that quickly die. And I haven't even maxed out Rudolph to the full potential. I've just got him at level 20. So let's go ahead and watch what I'm doing. I finished that Insane 7 dungeon with that Psy Shield. So we're going to go to the Expert Dungeon 8 and do a duo team with both of them. Just watch. First, I'm going to drop Hotshot right where that boss monster is, and you have Alanicor and you have Minnow. Just watch. You ready? He starts procking, and then a couple seconds later, I throw in PD, and PD just ups the ante right there with the Revite, and he automatically just cleans out the whole floor. Just look. It's like walking on a table, because usually PD gets stunned, but when you're doing PD and you have a little bit of luck, you can learn how to do that in less than 30 seconds. How do you like that? Now watch it again. So first things first, that square dot in front of Alanicor is where I'm putting him. And then Minnow doesn't have enough time to build his energy, so he won't have to one-shot me. But watch. If I leave Hotshot by himself, he will take damage over time because there is a dragon there, and the dragon will slow down or reduce the damage of said Hotshot. But with Pumpkin Duke, it's almost like going in the Matrix and just fast forwarding everything, because the bullets just end up flying, and this is in real time. This isn't fast forwarded. Now, these two heroes are so common for dying quick, but look at that combination. I don't even need 6 monsters or heroes to own up. Now I'm going to level him up right here for some ignite bonuses, and also just to get him a little bit more of the levels that he needs. Now, I'm not going to finish this level out, but I just want to show you guys what's the potential if you can do that with every hero. How do you like that? How does it feel? Imagine yourself with a level 30 of 30 double evolved hotshot and maxed pet and a landwalker or a spirit mage or another thing. You can have a Spherica on your base or Lavanica. Now, those guys are my plan. Cosmo is no longer a factor now when I go to bases. I just have to make sure to also the hardest to kill monsters are no longer going to stun you when you need to go attack unless they have a stun pet. So just think about that. You'd be almost invincible. You'd be tanking pretty much all your dungeons, going for here be monsters, clan wars, to everything. You wouldn't even need to defend your base. Just look at that. Now, the reason why I got that combination is to pair him with Landwalker eventually, so I can have an automatic offense-defense bonus when I do have the bases loaded. However, what Hotshot is a specialist of, as you can see, he deals 400% damage with that special hit and recovers 45% from that hit. So that 10,000 is way, way, way up there. Now, if you take it all the way up to level 14, but you can only imagine that he is a almost done hero, hyper strength. I haven't even maxed out traits or pets. So just imagine max dodge, which I would recommend setting up. That's a pretty good roll if you ask me. However, it's not the best one. And getting the best insignia. Now let's watch it one more time. Just check this out. He does a lot of damage up front, and with his damage, it looks like a fan that just sprays across the field. And it's kind of awesome if you ask me, because that umbrella saves you a lot of having to cover areas, because when it hits like a cannon, and it saves you a lot of time from having to do a lot more DPS or bring in a Cosmo to do that area of effect. All right, guys, thank you for watching.